is Joline Brandenburg. I'm a pediatric physical medicine and rehabilitation physician at Mayo Clinic. I'm delighted to be speaking on behalf of my co-authors on this paper and the members of the Cerebral Palsy Common Data Elements Working Groups. Our paper, A Common Data Language for Clinical Research Studies, the NINDS and AACPDM Cerebral Palsy Common Data Elements version 1.0 recommendations, appears in the October 2018 issue of Developmental Medicine and Child Neurology. It is a review of the process used for creating the Cerebral Palsy Common Data Elements. What's already known about this topic is that Common Data Elements, or CDEs for clinical research for specific disorders and diseases, has been developed in conjunction with the National Institute of Stroke and Neurologic Disorders, or NINDS, a branch of the National Institute of Health in the United States for other groups, including individuals with traumatic brain injury, spinal cord injury, muscular dystrophies, and many others. The process for creating these CDEs has been in place since 2006. Supported by NINDS, with the intent of collecting neuroscience clinical trial research data in a standard fashion. These CDEs are dynamic and meant to evolve over time. This repository contains CDEs for research reporting, standardized case report forms, and instruments and measures. What's new in our article is that we now have a common standardized language for clinical research for cerebral palsy. Unlike many of the other disease groups for which CDEs have been created, cerebral palsy is quite heterogeneous. For the 1.0 or initial version of the cerebral palsy CDEs, we focused on CDEs and measures intended for studies involving children and youth with cerebral palsy. Among items new to the CDEs as a whole are specific and detailed data elements for precise reporting of physical, occupational, and speech therapy interventions. We also have reviewed and provided recommendations on an extensive collection of measures with descriptors of their validation for use in cerebral palsy studies, and when possible, what types of outcomes or data these measures should be used for. In our paper, we link the measures with the International Classification of Functioning, or ICF domains. Based on ongoing feedback, these CDEs continue to evolve and be updated, with future plans to include cerebral palsy surgical CDEs, and CDE measures pertinent to adults with cerebral palsy. In addition to reading our paper on the process of generating these CP-CDEs and association with ICF domains, we hope you will also watch our video included in the supplementary material, which contains examples of how to navigate the cerebral palsy CDEs, case report forms, and measures on the NINDS website, along with how to provide feedback. While the intent of this is for clinical research, many may find these CDEs and measures helpful for standardizing clinical documentation and for optimizing standardized testing and outcomes reporting in a clinical setting. The cerebral palsy CDEs have the overarching goal of improving data quality and data sharing for clinical research to facilitate uptake of the evidence into clinical practice in order to deliver the best quality care to individuals with cerebral palsy.
Hello, I'm Veronica Schiariti. I'm a developmental pediatrician affiliated at the University of Victoria in British Columbia, Canada. After Joline's comments, I'm going to briefly put into context the CDEs compared to other international initiatives regarding cerebral palsy.
Since the publication of the ICF, there has been increased interest in not only standardizing data collection, but also in understanding the functional abilities of individuals living with CP and the challenges they face in performing everyday activities. As such, international initiatives such as the CDEs and ICF-based tools like the ICF Corset for CP have recognized the importance of universal, standardized, and comprehensive data collection. Despite differences in methodological approaches, the CDEs and the ICF-based tools put special emphasis on valid and reliable measures for individuals with CP. The common goal is to deliver best quality of care. However, some relevant areas of what to measure regarding functioning are underrepresented by the current version of the CDEs. These areas will be addressed in future CDE revisions. When we compare how to measure relevant areas of functioning in CP proposed by the current CDE set of tools to to the recently developed ICF toolbox of measures for CP, we found that the CDEs include a much more comprehensive set of tools, including single item and multiple item measures. However, the CDE's recommended tools highly represent the ICF component body functions, whereas the ICF toolbox of measures focus mainly on the ICF component activities and participation. Finally, we want to emphasize that standardization proposed by the CDEs promotes the application of evidence-based medicine or the best available evidence in a systematic way to ensure individuals receive effective care. We need less variance in clinical practice to achieve more consistent outcomes and improve quality of care and patient safety. Most importantly, standardization can enhance personalization by eliminating unnecessary time and cost of using low-quality assessment tools or ignoring opportunities to obtain relevant clinical information. We invite all of you to participate in future revisions of the CDEs and to enjoy the paper. Thank you.